Okay, on the note of chromatic sequences, that gives us an opportunity to talk about one of my favorite chromatic sequences. And yes, I am a big enough dork to have a favorite chromatic sequence. And I think this will be your favorite chromatic sequence too, because it's really distinctive. You can hear this from a mile away, um, and you've heard it a million times. It is a sound that, well, it's so distinctive actually that it has its own name. We call this the lament bass. I've also seen it called the death sequence. In opera in particular, it's used to symbolize death often. Um, and just for fun, I have in my own pieces used this to symbolize death because I think it's really interesting. And I also, regardless of its meaning, think it's really beautiful, actually. Um, so, what the lament bass is, in its strictest form, now we're going to see people take a lot of variations with it, but in its strictest form, it's a perfect fourth. So, let me just do it here. I've notated one here, but let me just show you over here what it is. So in bass clef, so here's the bass. So let's do it in C. So C up to F, right? So perfect fourth. So what we're going to have is more or less a fourth that descends chromatically. So we're going to take this down an octave. Okay, there's our fourth, and we're going to fill in all the notes between it chromatically. So what that means is that it's going to look more like this. C, B, B flat, A, oops, A flat, G, G flat. Why isn't it letting me? That's an F sharp. That's why. Okay. My key signature says F sharp. So F sharp, F natural. That's the fourth we want. And because my key signature is there, I should probably clarify that. Okay, so we have basically a descending fourth stepped down by half steps. This is the saddest sound in the world. And we can harmonize it a whole bunch of different ways. There are a couple ways that it's usually harmonized, but you can really harmonize it however you want. We're going to look at a whole bunch of examples of this right now. But let's just take a listen and just imagine this is the saddest sound in the world. There you go. The saddest sound in the world. Okay, so that's the lament bass. It's a descending chromatic bass line. Usually, it kind of is anchored by a fourth like that, but it doesn't have to be. I've seen it go in a whole octave, just all the way down. And there are cases where it skips a note, and that's okay too. This term lament bass is a pretty kind of soft term. You know, it's not like counterpoint where we have really strict rules. It's something that we call something that is mostly a chromatic descending bass line. So let's hear some examples. The first one I want to dig into is Dido's Lament from Dido and Aeneas. So let's go over to that now.